Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. I just want to make a quick video here. It's kind of an addendum to the earlier video I posted today about the current Summon Rush event as well as the Titan event so far in game. The one little detail that I actually missed that I didn't really talk about for this Summon Rush is that we're actually getting double points for summoning with ancient shards. So this is actually pretty good. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing, but we should all be aware of this. So if you are planning to participate in this, you have another option now. Using ancient shards is that option. It's currently 40 points as opposed to 20 points, which we usually see. The conversion between the ancient shard and the sacred shard. The sacred shard is obviously the best value. It's basically the only thing you should ever use in one of these big summon events because you just get the most points out of them. And they don't have as much relative value in something like a champion chase, which ranks the quality of the pull. But a shard like the ancient shard, which usually has very low value in a summon rush format, now has double points, up to 40 points. So instead of the usual 25 ancients per sacred shard, it's now only 12.5 ancients per sacred shard. This actually makes the ancient shard, I believe, very close to value to the sacred shard. So it actually gives you another option to try to tackle this event if you so choose so. Of course, that's going to be a totally different bag. It could be explained in a totally different video. But in my opinion, if you're planning to go for the 5-star Thor Soul, I think this Summon Rush should be a do. Get the 200 points early. Don't put yourself into a corner and be forced into a really tough event near the end of this Titan event, particularly if it's a Deck of Fate, because like I said in the previous video, if you are forced into that position and a Deck of Fate is your last event, your last hope, you basically have to rely on RNG or fully complete the Deck of Fate. And if past Deck of Fates are any indicator, it's going to be 20 sacred shards worth of points to finish off that Deck of Fate. So you don't want to be staring down the barrel of a 20 sacred shard Deck of Fate to try to get all your Titan points, because you can't really rely on RNG for all that. So that's why I think doing this Summon Rush makes a lot of sense if you're trying to do the 5-star Thor Soul. Of course, if you're trying to go for the 4-star Soul, you could probably get away with not even doing any summon events. So I recommend going for the 4-star Soul if you guys have no shards or very limited shards, and going for the 5-star Soul if you guys have shards, of course. But if you guys are going for the 4-star Soul, you guys don't need shards for that. But in this video, I want to talk about the Summon Rush. I want to talk about the ancient shards and whether you should use the ancient shards relative to the sacred shards. It's another option. It's not a standout better option. I don't know if you guys remember, but the original ancient shard with the 100% boost, it used to be the first time ever, I believe, 150%, not 100%. So it was 50 points, and then they reduced it down to 40 points. And this is the the point where they're like, okay, we're good with 40 points. But the first time they ever did it, it was 100 points. I don't know if anybody remember that, but it's 40 points now. It's still a pretty good conversion. It's probably, I would say, on par with the sacred shards. I wouldn't say it's a slam dunk use your ancient shards, because mainly ancient shards still have lots of value in something like a champion chase. And we are looking at a champion chase coming up this weekend. Keep that in mind, guys. So even though it's boosted ancient points right now, it doesn't mean you are beholden to use those ancient shards for this event. I would still strongly recommend using sacred shards for this event. If you're short on sacred shards, use your ancient shards to top it up. But also, there's something else to consider, that the upcoming champion chase this weekend, although there's no info on it right now, and we're probably not going to get info on it until probably Thursday, it's probably going to be a 2x ancient event. That is my guess, and I think that guess is based on reasoning, because previous weekend we had a Summon Rush, and that was a 10x event, or progressive event, I forgot. It was the one with Elva in it. It was a progressive event, and the week before that, if you guys remember, we had a 2x Void and a 2x Sacred event in 1 week. That means we should be in line with the 2x Ancient Shard event this week. And lining that up with a chase is very nice, because the boosted chances of you getting a epic champion from an Ancient Shard really skyrockets the value of each ancient shard for any kind of champion chase. So we could do the math breakdown here of what you kind of expect from point value for an ancient shard. So for example, you're getting 250 points for an epic, and you get a 16% chance at that during the ancient shard event. So that's about 40 points. And then of course you have the 1% chance at the legendary. So that's 45 points. And then of course you're going to get 10 points from 16 plus 117, so 83%. 83%, yeah. So 8.3 plus 5 plus 40. So you're looking at 53.3 points per ancient shard, okay? So that's the amount you should be expecting for the champion chase if you have a double chance of pulling epic or legendaries from ancient shards. So let's quickly keep that in mind, right? So you're getting about 53 points per ancient shard for a champion chase when it's boosted 2x ancients. So I'm assuming it's going to be boosted 2x ancients. That means double chance epics, double chance legendaries. If you save those ancients, instead of spending them in this event, you're going to get about 53 points per ancient shard. So how does that translate into like actual rewards? So usually during a champion chase, we're looking at about 3,000-ish points. So about 3,000-ish points for whatever threshold. Usually it's the fragments, or in this case, it could be the Titan events. It could be a slightly less or slightly more, but if you're going to divide that by, let's say 53, 56 ancients to clear whatever threshold you need for like a fusion, for example, or in this case, the Titan points. Like I said, it could be more, it could be slightly less, but I would say about 55 ancient shards on a 2x ancient boost. If you take the same 55 ancient shards and apply them here, think about what you're getting here, right, guys? So 55 ancient shards, and then you go 40 points, because that's what you're getting each. 2,200 points. 2,200 points doesn't get you jack squat here. Think about that. 55 ancients, it's going to get you right here, halfway through this 6-star speed glyph. It's not going to get you anything. That's the big thing, right? That's the big thing about the chase and the ancient shard. The ancient shard is so valuable, especially with the 2x boost for a chase. You cannot be baited into using it for this event. This is an absolute bait event, so it's 100% be careful. Don't use your ancient shards here just because they're boosted. Yes, it makes them more attractive. Yes, it makes them on par with sacred shards. The thing is, you can't use the sacred shards to make up for this missing value in a champion chase, because the sacred shard is actually not worth that much relative to what it can do in a summon rush. Okay, so if you think about it that way, guys, definitely use your sacred shards for summon rushes. Save your ancient shards for this weekend. If you need to use it for the summon rush here to cap it off, fine, that's fair. It's actually not a bad time to use it. But make sure you save the bulk of your ancient shards for the champion chase so that you can clear the Titan points. All right, guys, that's going to be my big message. It's a bit of an addendum to my earlier Titan event video and my summon rush video. I just wanted to explain that clearly because this is a big thing, right? Because a lot of you guys might not have a lot of sacred shards, and you guys might have ancient shards, and you guys are thinking about, hey, I want to use it for this event. Just be aware that you might need those ancient shards for the upcoming chase this weekend. All right, guys, that's it for me for this one. Just a quick one here for you guys. Hopefully you guys caught it in time before you guys started spending the shards. I will be doing a pretty massive pull video for tomorrow, considering I'm going for Teox. Teox is on day 2 of this Summon Rush event, and that will help me finish off the Thor fusion and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Best of luck in your pulls today. If you guys are pulling for any of this stuff, Acelin's probably the prize from today. But yeah, I'll be pulling for Teox tomorrow. So anyways, guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.